Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Here's Romo now on second down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
Hold on. Rush it. Under.
Now Tony Romo on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They start the drive with Anderson. And some space here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you're worried about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. Another tote here for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Anderson. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
All right, I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. To throw on 2nd down is Romo. And hauled in by Pitta. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
On 1st and 10, Romo. The grab made by Curse over the middle. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now a 1st down throw, Romo. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's brought down. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective. He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Romo throwing again. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
First and goal at the 3-yard line now. They'll run it with Williams. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Carlos Williams hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 4 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Let's see what the defense dials up here. 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And he's got his man, Hilton. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. One receiver left is Hilton. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And that's incomplete. So a big roughing the passer penalty, Charles, and of course that's 15 yards.
And everyone knows how protected the quarterbacks are. You've got to make sure that when you launch at a quarterback, that you're hitting him in the right spot and in the right time.
Following the penalty, Anderson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Carry number 20 coming up for Anderson. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. Joyke Bell, the one he was looking for. And that brings up 4th down.
Let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. On defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they got to try something, because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Here's Romo. He's got his man on the crossing route. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On 1st down, it's Romo. And my goodness, and nothing but daylight ahead. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll come out in the pistol. They run the counter now. It's Anderson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
They were stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
the gun, Stafford. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
In the backfield is Anderson. He's going to get the football. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
So they're operating in the red zone. And the defense definitely showing blitz here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Third and 4. First carry now for the backup, Joyce Bell. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They'll run. Anderson. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Second and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. Oh, he bowls over it. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for third and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll run for it with Anderson. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. C.J. Anderson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on third and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
And the lead is up to 18 now. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
On first and 10, Romo. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said for... And now here is another interception. Picked off by Mike Mike Mitchell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Denver getting set to take the field. They have the big cushion. Here in the final stages of this one, I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it.